What is up, guys? Beancrew49 here. We are back on the Desolation map. And in front of the haze again. Yes, the haze tower is going to get some love today. I gotta do some work. We only got, 18 episodes left before episode 500. Oh my goodness, that's not a lot of time. I gotta get on my horse and ride. But I have some good news. I got some good news. I finished the smokestack. Well, pretty much finished. I could add some details here and there, but I pretty much got it to sky level, to sky cap, and is properly blended. I could do a little bit of a better job blending, but for the time being, let's call this smokestack done. And it's the biggest smokestack on the map so far. And I'm going to work with the fire a little bit, and so you can see the fire from outside the smokestack. Oh, it's cool. It's like a beacon. I want people to see this from across the city and be like, oh, we got to go over there. That's something that happened over there. We got to go check it out. So the haze tower is like a beacon in the darkness, really. And I also worked a little bit, tiny bit, off camera on the below decks, right down here. And I know it's dark, you're not going to be able to see much, but take my word for it. There's a little bit of a tent city here. I could put more tents. I think the theme of this episode is we're not done. Okay, we got a lot of work to do. So what I want to work on today, guys, is as we come into the lobby here, I want to get as much detail work done on this haze tower that I possibly can. So I'm going to do a lot of apocalypsizing. I'm going to do some touch-ups. Back in the day, I built a lot of this a long time ago, and I put chests everywhere. And, since then, I've become aware that chests, might be causing some lag. Okay, I'm not positive, but I think the more chests you have, the more laggy, at least frame rate wise, your game is. So I'm going to be deleting a lot of chests. That's going to be part of my MO today. But I'm also going to be apocalypsizing, just putting debris everywhere. Because that's what I do. I like to put debris down, but as you go higher in this skyscraper, I'm gonna put less and less debris because you think about it, people are not gonna go to the top floors in the post-apocalypse. They're gonna loot in the bottom area and just take what they can get and then leave for the most part. But there's gonna be some apocalypsizing as you get to the top. Don't worry about that. All right, guys. Okay. As you see now, we're in fast forward motion. That means it's Monday, and Monday is Creative Question of the Week time. My favorite part of the channel is where I answer your questions from the comment section. I had a lot of great questions to choose from this week. Thank you guys, everyone who commented and put some questions in the comment section. I really appreciate that. I even got some on Twitter, so that's great. Follow me on Twitter at Beancrew49. All my social media is Beancrew49. I got Instagram, but I've been kind of lazy on that. I'm going to be posting more pictures soon. I got to post more pictures on Instagram. But, okay, that's neither here nor there. What we got to do is answer one of your questions. All right, so I chose a question today that came from Fight Fan. He asked, who do you hope wins this election? Oh, my goodness. That dreaded topic, okay? Now, let me start. Thank you, Fight Fan, for asking that question. I really do appreciate it. Let me start talking a bit about this by saying that I do not vote. I have never voted, and I will never vote. And you might think this is apathy, but it's actually the exact opposite of apathy. I'm not going to go into too much detail about why I don't vote today because I made a video about it. I believe it's called Don't Vote. I think it's called Don't Vote, and I detail my reasons for not voting, and I made some bold predictions in that video. It came out a while ago that are starting to come true, so go check that out if you have any interest in why I don't. Basically, to sum it all up, is contributing to a broken system is just propagating the brokenness of it. By voting, you're saying, I accept that this system is broken, and I will continue to feed this system, even though it is broken. So that's not what I'm about. That's not what I'm trying to do. And we can get into that in the comment section if you want, and I can explain further. But right now, today, I want to answer the question more directly. What do I think about this election? Who's going to win? Who do I think will win? Guys, it's not about winning. Let's get down and deep and dirty here. We live in a capitalist society, and ever since 1776, we've moved towards economy. We got to stimulate the economy. We got to grow the economy. Economy. So the whole purpose of the United States of America since day one has been to make more money exchanged between more hands. Basically, that's what economy is. Money is changing hands. More hands, more money. And that's what stimulated economy is. That's been the mission statement of the United States of America since day one. But we've gotten to a point now, and this happened many years ago, long before any of us were born. This already happened, but we're really starting to see it now, is now corporations have more control than the governments. And the illusion that is fed to you in school and out through the media is that the government is the top brass in this country, that the government calls the shots, the president is the most influential person in the world. That's all lies. The people who run this country are the banks and the largest corporations. They control policy. They control the president even. It goes further and further than you could imagine because they hold the money. In a capitalist society, when a stimulated economy continues to get stimulated, the few get all the money funneled to them. All the money funnels to the top people. So the people who are at the top here, the Rockefellers, the Koches, the people who really run this country have the most money and they control everything. They're contributing to the presidential campaigns. You know, they're controlling everything. So in order to fool us into thinking that the government is in control, they have to use some deception, right? Deception is absolutely required. The deception here that is so hard to see until you really think about it. The deception here is that no matter who becomes president, they all answer to the same headmasters. All of them. The president doesn't have nearly as much power as you think. The president is doing what the heads of these corporations tell him or her to do. So it doesn't matter who becomes president. They all answer to the same people. The same people are making policy. Not governments. That's the illusion. Now, how do they maintain this illusion? We create politics, of course. Politics is how they maintain the illusion. What they do is they pit two dogs against each other. Two dogs in a dogfight. And they influence us, they encourage us to get behind one of these dogs. And the whole deception is, if you're fighting for your dog, then you're happy when it wins, right? As any gambler, you know, when you win, you're happy. So when you get behind a dog in the dog fight, you're glad when your dog wins, even if that dog is evil. Even if that dog is evil. So the whole presidential campaign trail is just a circus show. It is a circus show meant to distract you from what is really happening. I mean, look at the presidential elections in the past, 12 years or so. What's happening is more and more people are starting to see this. More and more people are starting to be fed up with politics, right? It's the same thing every year. A rich white man comes in, controls, causes a war, leaves. The next rich white man comes in, maintains the war, leaves. The next rich white man comes in, stops the war, but starts another one, leaves. That's how it's been for years and years, and people are starting to get fed up. So what did the controllers, what did those behind the scenes decide to do? They decided to fool us with Barack Obama. His whole campaign fed us the word change this, change that, change this, change that, change. How many times did they say the word change? They even made him black. They even presented us a black person so that we could really, the idea of change would really hammer it home. This is the first black president. And who do they put him up against? The most stereotypical warmongering white John McCain, right? They knew that so many people would be fed up with the old. So they put up a person that everyone knew they would be fed up with. They put up John McCain and the Republicans, and they put him against this young, black, hip guy. So they convinced everyone that change would come. There's gonna be change, Barack's here. But did change come? Absolutely not. Look at the wars. The fighting in the Middle East is higher than it's ever been, guys. We're dropping bombs every single day. He promised so many things about pulling troops out of Afghanistan, and he did, but then he put them back, and he put them back in a different place. He took over Libya, he took over Iraq, he took over Afghanistan. Whether you want to see the truth or not, war in the Middle East has escalated since Barack Obama came in. Economy-wise, we're no better off than we were before. Look at the blacks. He promised so many things to the black culture, and what did he deliver on? Nothing. And do you know why Barack Obama did basically nothing for black culture? Look at the violence in Chicago. His hometown is worse than ever before. Why did he do nothing for blacks? because his controllers, the people he takes orders from, don't care about black people. The heads of the banks and the corporations don't care about black people. So therefore, Obama was unable to do anything for black people because the president is a puppet to his slave master. And it's all an illusion. So people are getting fed up, right? And so they're like, oh, okay, maybe Obama didn't bring the change that we hoped. And so people are starting to get fed up with politics again. So what do they do this year? Let's give them more, but amp it up the stakes. Let's, instead of a rich white guy who wants war, let's give him Donald Trump. Let's give him the person that everyone loves to hate. And if you hate him, then... well, if you love him, then, that's cool, because that's hatred. People are spreading hatred. And if you hate him, that's cool, too, because it's spreading hatred. And it gets people to revile him so much that and then they present to Hillary Clinton the first woman president, someone who's going to bring change, right? Change. We don't want Donald Trump, we want Hillary Clinton. So everyone gets behind a dog in the fight, and you're so happy when your dog wins. That's all it comes down to. It's a circus act. And if you look at the debates, you can see that it's a circus act. These people aren't trying to do what's best for the nation. They're trying to tear each other's throat out. Look at the debates, guys. There's no talking amongst them. There's no concessions. There's no one saying, oh, you're right about this issue. It's personal insults. It's just vulgarities. It's just they're trying to kill each other. And that's not how a country should be run. A country is run with people compromising and doing what's best for the people, not doing what's best for their ego so that they can get elected. It's a circus show. And if you're participating in this circus show, then you're a rube. You're a patsy. You're dumb, okay? You're not seeing through this deception. If you're saying, oh, I really hope Clinton wins just because of Donald Trump, that's exactly what the controllers want. That's what the banks and corporations want. They want you to say, okay, I'll put up with Hillary, one of the most vilest criminals ever. Like, she's been behind so many scandals, right? She's a lawyer that came up through a very shady law firm, to being behind President Clinton, who had a bunch of scandals, to the whole thing with Secretary of State, which is Benghazi and all these emails. She's an evil person, and people who think that she's going to bring change are sorely mistaken. If Hillary Clinton gets in control, if she gets power, she's going to do exactly what her handlers want, and that's escalate things in the Middle East, bring us closer to World War III. That's exactly what they want, because that promotes economy, and that brings them more control and more money. The handlers want a World War III. Because look what World War II did for the economy of the nations. It brought us out of a depression that had lasted for decades. And so when people who have power want more power, they start a war. Because that helps them. Because these people own the defense corporations. They own the people who make the missiles. They own the companies who go in, Halliburton's, and rebuild the country. It's just money just filtering into their pockets. And the thing about greed is you can never have enough money or power. It's the same, money and power. You can never have enough of it. So the heads of these corporations and these banks are just going for more. And we're going to see a shrinking middle class, because the banks don't like to see a middle class. They want to see the rich and the very poor, and that's what the banks want, and they're in control as much as the corporations are in control. So as you can see with the whole banking crisis that happened under Obama, right? So as far as these two presidents, these presidential candidates, it's just a ruse, guys. It doesn't matter who wins. They still have the same controller, and they put up such a vile character against an even more vile character, and you can't tell which one's which because they're both the same. They're both the same. It doesn't matter who becomes president. That is the deception. That is what you have to wake up to if you want to really understand reality from an accurate perspective. It doesn't matter. Don't buy into these debates, guys. It's just entertainment. You know if you are watching these debates for entertainment and entertainment only. And that's how they get you. They want to make this a show, right? Because they know people are getting fed up with the presidential elections. They know that people are getting fed up with the politics of it all. So they create a show that entertains you. It's not here to help the country in any way. It's here to make you lose the focus that you should be having on where this country is actually heading and who is taking us there. Who or what is taking us there. So when you go to vote, you were just saying, I enjoy this entertainment. I'm going to let it go on longer. And we'll see what they bring up next in the next 4 years, right? That's what you're saying. And people are so willing to be entertained because their lives are so empty that they see that there's nothing going on much in their lives. They go to work, they go to school, they come home, they eat dinner, they go to sleep, they go to work, they go to school, they come home. People's lives are boring because they're not living their life from their hearts. They're not following their passions. Because in this country, we're lied to believe that creating a stronger economy is what we're supposed to be doing. That's what we live for, is to create more economy, to make more money, to get better car, get better house, so we can have the kids. And so we're lied to that. So we're living passionately, dispassionately. We are living without passion in our lives as a country and as a world. So when something like this comes along, we're very grateful for the entertainment value it has. And a lot of you know that this is a circus show that is meant solely for entertainment, but you still buy into it because it's better than what's on else is on the other channels, right? So people love to hate Trump, and those in control know that. They put up the perfect person to create a circus show. And you get behind your dog, you say, okay, Trump is so bad that Hillary, I'm gonna support her. But those are your only options? So now you're supporting a liar, a thief, an embezzler, a scandaler. You're supporting someone who's gonna bring us closer to World War III, and you don't really think that way because at least it's not Trump. Okay? So that's what I think about this presidential election. I ain't gonna vote. I never will vote. I know that this is a scam. I know it's what's the word I'm looking for? It's something to, I guess, distract you. It's a distraction, and it serves no purpose other than to fool you into thinking you have control over what happens to your country. The moral of this story is, guys, stop giving your power away to the president. Stop giving it away to the president. If you want to see change in your country, do something at your home. Start at your home and work outward. You have to be the change. That's the only way to make change, is for you to realize that you have all the power. Stop giving it away to our politicians so that they can't give it away to the heads of the corporations. You have to be the change that you want to see. It may sound cliche, but really think about those words. Okay, guys? That's going to be the creative question of the week. I had a lot of fun. The Hayes Tower is coming together. I know it sounds weird when I transition into these little outros after such a deep topic. I really want you guys to think about what I've said. Start a conversation in the comment section. I will respond to any and everybody because I like to talk about these things. If you have an alternate opinion, please put it in the comment section and we can talk about it. And I can tell you my point of view in relation to your point of view, and let's start a discussion. All right, guys? So Hayes Tower coming along on our way to 500. We're getting there. It's going to be a long road ahead, but I'm ready for it. Alright, guys, leave your comments in the comment section below. Leave a creative question for next week. I want to thank you for watching. As always, leave a like if you enjoyed this. Happy Minecrafting. Peace.